Seven, six, five, four, three, two, one.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode number 69 of CBD Talk Podcast. Tonight, we have with us Amanda Perlin from Luna CBD Skin Care. And Amanda and I have been going back and forth and emails, mostly my part because I've been a little bit absent-minded for, I think, a couple months now trying to get everything scheduled for the show. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, about 2 months.
Yeah.
I reached but it's great. It's great.
Well, I kind of wanted to get Amanda here just before Valentine's Day because I was thinking that, guys, this would be a really nice gift to get your significant other or someone that you're trying to convince to be a significant other. Skin products are always amazing things as gifts. So that's what I was thinking. Skincare right before Valentine's Day would be a great thing. But so we're going to talk about our products a little bit later. But we've got some good stuff to talk about today. We're going to really focus on topicals and the importance of it and how to use them and things like that. But first, Amanda, can you share with us your story about how you got into business?
Sure. Thanks for having me on, Dawn. And yeah, I was introduced to CBD about literally a year ago. And somebody just said, hey, try this. And I'm like, okay. And I tried it and I gave it to my son and he had an immediate reaction and I was hooked. I just, it was like, it changed my life literally a year ago. And I thought, since I've been in skincare for years, I thought I'd marry it with soap. So, and I've been into soap for a long time. I mean, my kids were always like, why are you buying such expensive soap, Mom? And like, just into soap. So I had been getting soap from this gal at the farmer's market, and she owns a goat farm. And I thought that I would marry the CBD that I had with soap. So I asked her, I said, hey, how would you like to do that? And she's like, sure. And next thing you know, we created a bar of soap. And that's my first product. And it just took off from there. I mean, my passion, my excitement, my passion just took me to a place that I can't even put it into words how humbling and grateful and amazing this journey has been in a year and where it has taken me. And, I'm spreading the word.
That's great. And I'm sure that you have met people through Luna, through your process of creating Luna that probably never would have met before with all this.
Oh, for sure. And, it's taken me, I had to really do a lot of research to make sure that everything that I do is on the up and up. And, I know what I'm talking about. And one of the things that happened to me up front was, I met a woman in New York, and next thing I know, she shepherded me to a show in Las Vegas, and it was an international beauty convention, aesthetics. And, I went to this show and there were other CBD people there, hemp people. And, just watching them and, it was just amazing. And then I went to another show and I saw, they put me in this area with at least 50 hemp vendors, at least. And I didn't know a lot about it. But I was so immersed and I learned so much in such a short period of time. And I think it was just amazing that I was fortunate enough to be able to meet all of these people and learn all that I did so that I can bring a product to the market that I know is solid and works. And, you know, again, very humbling.
We do have some amazing opportunities with the different expos and conventions and conferences. They provide such great education. And, you know, like you said, just being able to be immersed in that and surrounded by people who are in the industry, it's a very unique industry that we're involved in. So,
Right.
so your first product was soap, and you have always been into soaps and things like that. But what is it about the topicals, like the soaps and the balms and the oils and stuff? What is it that you think, why do you think CBD is a great match when it comes to topicals?
It's a great match because of the healing properties. You know, skincare is all encompassing in terms of you know, skin conditions, or just, you know, moisturizing, or, you know, just to feel good, or and CBD elevates any product, any product. So, you know, my position when I married it with soap was, hey, you know, you're going to use this every day. So, you know, it's going to be on your skin every day. I know, you know, after doing the research, that CBD, you know, has natural moisturizers, omega-3. I mean, obviously it comes from a plant. So it has natural UV protection. It has vitamins in it. So, you know, marry that with the goat's milk soap that I have, and goat's milk on its face is moisturizing and antibacterial. And then there's lavender and, you know, other essential oils in it. And, you know, what an amazing soap. So, you know, that was just a soap, and it works. The feedback and the testimonials from the shows, and, you know, it's just in it.
What are some of the things that you heard about with a CBD soap?
Just a soap?
Yeah, just a soap.
People just like it, you know. Well, first of all, as you know, everybody's endocannabinoid system is different. So CBD basically is received where you need it. And then everybody has different skin. So, you know, what I've seen is there's certain skin types that, you know, react better or differently, or but then there's certain skin conditions that are affected better, you know, on certain people. So here's an example. I have a sister, and she's so skeptical. You know, everything's it's snake oil kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So
I have a RN BSN sister. So she's got her Bachelor of Science of Nursing. She's an RN. So yeah, trust me, I hear you.
Right. So my sister was here in California, and she got burnt from the sun. So I'm like, here, try this. And I'm literally the next day, she's like, Mandy, it worked. It really helped my sunburn. You know, so that's just an example of that application. But I've had people tell me that their skin is just overall softer,
Yeah.
and is dry, and you know, typically regular soap is drying,
Yeah.
because of how it's made, what's in it, and there's perfumes, and there's preservatives, and there's, you know, so all, you know, my soap has no preservatives, and it's just basically 7 ingredients.
No, it's great. Honestly, you know, when we talked earlier, when we were emailing back and forth, and you were saying you did soap, and I'm like, I hate normal soap. I mean, because I haven't used a CBD soap. Actually, I did use one a couple years ago, but it didn't do it for me. And so I've always stayed away from soap, but I do like yours. But that's the thing, is because soap is always so drying, and it just, you end up like in that tight feeling, and
Right. And it leaves a residue, and
yeah.
on and on. And you know, I could go on and on about the soap because you know, my philosophy was, you know, one soap bar at a time.
Hmm.
You know, since that bar of soap, I've, you know, filled, you know, 2 orders of 1,000 bars of soap. I mean,
Nice.
you know, right. So clearly it works,
Hmm. That's
right?
great. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
So
so
so we've got, so you've got the soap, we've got in topicals, we've got soaps, we've got creams, we've got even oils, salves, all sorts of different things. And we talked, you talked a little bit about how, that different people's endocannabinoid systems work in different ways, and of course there's different symptoms that it works really well with. What are some other symptoms or conditions that a topical in general would work well with, that maybe you've experienced?
well, Dawn, let me just tell you that, you know, I created this line as a solution for skin care. I've always been into skincare, and you know, um, you moisturize, you cleanse. First, you cleanse, you moisturize. You know, there's you know, a certain regimen that we have when we're taking care of our skin.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in terms of skin conditions, my line helps with eczema and psoriasis and rosacea and acne. And you know, those are conditions that CBD on its
Yes.
own
Mm-hmm.
helps.
Yes.
So I've married, you know, skin natural ingredients with
Mm-hmm.
CBD to create a natural skincare line that's, you know, effective and
Mm-hmm.
affordable and, you know, desirable, basically.
Yeah. So CBD has been shown to work, like you said, in lots of skin conditions, and it has to do with the fact that you've got the CB2 receptors in your skin, and that feeds the endocannabinoid system. It helps to grab the CBD out of the products, and and boost your endocannabinoid system, wake it up a little bit, and get it going. Help create that homeostasis. But
Right.
I do like the fact that you mentioned, even though it's February and there is no sun right now, at least not except for when you're skiing. There's some hot sun when you're skiing, but the sunburn stuff. I don't think people really think about um, CBD helping in a sunburn, because I think people are thinking more um, like you were saying, like psoriasis and eczema and things like that, like medical conditions. But it also moisturizes, and it's also every day, and it's also um, for sunburn and for kitchen burns.
Right. And, you know, like I said, you know, CBD comes from a plant.
Mm-hmm.
So there are vitamins also in
Yeah.
CBD. So your skin is getting some natural nourishment just from CBD.
Yeah.
So,
Now,
go ahead.
we talked a little bit earlier about what that having the topicals is wonderful, and it's a great way to introduce CBD into your body, but that it also works well um, when you're taking CBD and other methods.
Right. And, you know, my philosophy is this is, you know, your whole body, and it's a wellness solution. So, you know, why treat just the outside when you have an inside as well? You know, so when I went to the shows, people would come up to my booth and say, and my first comment to them was, "Hi, do you know about CBD?" 90% of people did not. And
Mm.
if they did, they knew about it for pain, and only because their grandma was taking it, or somebody, you know, they knew, but they themselves did not. So it's been quite the education for me, as well as having to educate others. And, you know, I tell them, you know, it's an inside job as well as, you know, external. So, you know, if you have pain, you know, and we can go into pain, you know, if you want, whenever. I mean, because that's where the rest of the products, you know, how they got developed was what you asked me for, what people asked me for. Hey, do you have this? Hey, you know, this is what I heard. You know, so it's just become an, you know, a whole solution for me.
Yeah. So, well, let's talk a little bit about pain and CBD's role in helping to alleviate pain.
Okay.
So
in terms of the topical pain relief, you know, depending on the application, it's extremely effective with you know, chronic pain, minor pain, you name it. So like you said, you know, your burns, the toaster oven burn, or the burn from the stove, or, you know, we used to use butter.
Yeah.
Right. But you can use that balm stick that I gave you.
Oh yeah.
That's what that is for. That was the intention. But let me tell you, like we were talking earlier about the endocannabinoid system, everybody receives it differently. So my intention for my products was specific. And when people started using it, I was getting feedback that, hey, I used this here and it worked. And hey, I use this, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, wow, you know, like somebody used that balm stick on their neck and said it helped them for pain. I created it for, you know, your lips and your face, and a quick on the go, you know, for that burn on your hand, or, you know, something easy like that. And someone was like, it's, you know, they liked it on their neck. And I also have a salve that I created. It's Luna Super Salve. And I got to tell you, that has just taken on a life of its own. I created it because everybody has a salve and they wanted a topical. So I created this great, you know, natural salve. And I had somebody say, oh my God, my face is just, you know, I said, what are you talking about? And she said, I put it on my face. Now I created that for pain, like, you know, like shoulder, on your knees, or I have tennis elbow. I rub it in. It's an amazing moisturizing, pain relieving balm salve. She uses it on her face. She said it changed her face. Her skin was ruddy. Her skin, she had acne scars. She said that she woke up the next morning after using it at night. Her face was smooth. Her makeup went on smoother. And there you go.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
But that's why it's so great that, you know, that to be able to get feedback from the people that are using your product, because it just opens up so many more avenues as to how it can be used. And I love the fact that you started with one thing and you did it well, and you did it the right way. And then you're like, and then you were pulled to create more and create more and create more. It's not like you are like, I'm getting into the CBD business. I'm going to do this. 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 And I'm going to throw in a couple of these too. You're like, I'm going to make the perfect soap for me. And I'm going to do it right. And then I'm going to get it out there and get into people's hands, find out what they like about it, how they use it. And then when, you know, you were drawn to create the salve, and then you're drawn to create other products. And that is just, for me, that's just such a beautiful progression of how to, you know, of how you've built your brand. And I just love that.
Thank you so much. You have no idea how much that means to me, really. And the more I, traverse this road, um, I believe that as well. I think it's really important. I've met a lot of people in this industry, especially in the skincare space, skincare CBD space.
Mhm.
Um, they have 50 SKUs,
Yeah.
and um, I don't believe in that. I don't believe it's necessary. I believe in having products that work and sticking with them and meeting the need of you and anybody that, that's how everything I have was created, except for, I mean, the, well, obviously the soap, but the moringa serum
Mm-hmm.
that you try. Yeah, that I specifically created as a solution to the overnight moisturizer, daytime moisturizer that was costing so much money. And that was my solution for me.
Yeah.
And that's pretty amazing. So yes, it goes back to that integrity and believing in it and giving people something that you can stand behind.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can, well, like, you're on the podcast, your face is out there, your name is out there. You're saying, this is my product. I stand behind it and I'm willing to, show myself and say, here I am. You're not hiding behind, you know, a bunch of doors in a big corporation, white labeling for 1,000 different customers.
Right. Right. And I've met a lot of people. And it's very intimidating for me as a small company and being in this space for such a short period of time. Everything has been very intimidating to me. Uh, but I look at it as a challenge, and I know that what I have is good. So when I go to these shows, I mean, I'm going to, in 6 weeks, I'm going to a really, really big show, and I know who's going to be there, and they're big. That
Mhm.
they're out there, and I'm going to be right next to them, and it's okay. And
Mhm.
yes, and to me, it's really about uh, what does CBD do for you, and
Mhm.
that's all that matters, is giving somebody, having them feel better and their skin look better, and having it work and having them tell you that it works. And yeah, it's just so rewarding, and it's really important too, because it's kind of an untapped market. As much
Mhm.
as everybody knows about CBD, or you think that everybody knows about CBD, they really don't.
Yeah.
And even where I live, I mean, I live in California, and in my little area, when I talk about CBD, people still associate it with only, internal.
And I'm in Colorado, and people still, there are still people who have no idea what CBD is. And there are still people that, God help us, still think that CBD can get you intoxicated. And I'm like, first, like you're talking about, bar by bar, one bar by one bar of soap. Well, one person by one person. We'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, it's and another great thing about this industry is that truly, you know, we still have so much to learn about the plant. I mean, there's about the different cannabinoids, and there's some people are saying over 100 cannabinoids. Some people are saying 80 something cannabinoids. Whatever it is, there's a lot of cannabinoids, and the doors have finally flung open there. We can really start studying the stuff with the Farm Bill, and universities not worrying about getting federal funding pulled and things like that. So that's awesome. And there's room for all sorts of different products, even in the topical stuff. There's room for the big players, but there's always going to be there's always going to be a need for the specialty products. Because those are the ones, in my opinion, that are going to have the really specific ingredients, the not cutting corners. It's the smaller companies that are going to give you that quality that just doesn't really scale up sometimes, especially in skincare.
Well, right. And what's happening is, the companies that scaled up, out of the gate and have
Yeah.
all of those SKUs and offer that they've invested a lot of money in their branding and their packaging, and they've got to make that money back somehow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
So by taking your time.
And after a while, their products start to all be the same. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the different types of CBD,
Mm-hmm.
because I want to say represent at least 5 different types of CBD.
Let's talk about it.
Right. So the CBD that I married with the soap was a water soluble CBD and no THC at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because where I get it from is a no THC state, and the person that I get it from is very anal about no THC at all, and it's so I'm so proud of the fact that I use just that CBD, and I know the test results, and I think it's really important for people that are in the space to care about the test results.
Yeah.
And know what they're ingesting and know what they're putting on their skin. So I use the water soluble. I have a broad spectrum that also has no THC, but certain CBDs are more effective for different applications.
Mm-hmm.
For example, the salve, I have a full spectrum in there. So that has the 0.3 of the THC. Now, there are people that are worried about that.
Mm-hmm.
They say, because they have a government job, or are they going to test positive, and all of that. So I've had to combat that and learn about that and navigate that and know that it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And but it's important because not everybody does well with one type of CBD.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be across. And so what I have found in this year in the skincare products is that's what's happening. One type of CBD in that line. They're
Mm-hmm.
using one type, and I'm not like that. I feel that you need different types for different conditions and different applications.
I agree with you completely, and that's why even when because I take it not only topically but I take oils and chewables and different things. But one of the reasons I do that is because one oil may have a certain combination of cannabinoids, and another one has a different combination, and so I don't stick to just one. I'll take the one, certain amount of oil, and then I'll take a certain amount of this and a certain amount of that, so that I'm trying to get something from each of it. And I have found that for me that works, and that's why I like that you're not just like, I'm buying 5 kilos of this oil and that's what I'm using for everything. You go out and you have specific things for specific reasons, and I don't think a lot of people do that. I truly don't think so, because the economy of scale, when it comes to buying kilos, you want to buy in quantity and then you want to use it for everything. So
right,
it's very unique.
It kind of is, I guess. I never really thought about it like that, but the soap has a water soluble nano.
Mm-hmm. Oh God, it's nano too. I love that.
Right. So it's molecular, so
Mm-hmm.
if for those of us that don't know what nano is, it's molecularly broken down in such a way that it, it's more bioavailable. So that's what's important about the soap, is that it has a different CBD in it to make it more, so when your pores are open, you're getting more of it. I've had pushback, and I've had people tell me no, and I have to just say okay and walk away, because I know that the soap works.
Yeah.
But there's
and that's the thing. It's like, for people to say no, it doesn't work. Okay, in their mind, they have their reasoning for why it doesn't work. But to be completely honest, we're still so new at this. We're still, I mean, we're not even a full decade in to strong CBD research, especially with the nano process or the micelle process. So everyone needs to just, take a step back, take a chill, take a gummy, whatever works for you. But let's just, we need to be able to use different things, and we need to be able to find out what's working. And even though you don't think it should work, if it's working, it's working. And if it's working on a large scale, it's working. So let's find out why it's working. But I am not one to say that that we should stop doing anything. If we're getting even anecdotal evidence that something is working, then keep doing it until we can figure out how it's working and why it's working. But I'm a big proponent of the nano stuff. I absolutely love it. And it truly does. I mean, when you nano encapsulate it, it's the molecular structure is so small. I mean, just slips right in. It gets into your bloodstream so fast that it's a wonderful way to incorporate CBD into your daily routine. So topically and orally, it's wonderful. It is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, at the end of the day, if you do have a skincare regimen, I would urge anybody to incorporate a CBD product into that regimen. And, for a woman in her mid, with
52, yeah.
I mean, I have a target market, but for the women, the mid with the wrinkles and everything's sagging, for me, I have age spots. That's a big deal for me. I can tell you that my age spots have diminished since I've started using my products. And it's a combination of the products. It's not just the soap, it's not just the oil. It's all of it. So again, it's a solution, and it's a regimen, and you just have to it's all about education.
It
really
is.
And when people don't know, I feel like if I've educated them and they leave my booth, or they leave talking, to me with some sort of information about it, then I've done my job. And that's really what my job is. Because at this point, Dawn, I'm more of a messenger about CBD. We're spreading the word, basically. And I'm just providing a product that can help. And again, us as a society, have been using chemicals for so long, and we all know just what those chemicals are doing to our bodies.
Yeah.
And I believe that we don't need those chemicals. We really don't. And but it's hard to get away from that.
Yeah.
Because CBD is, using CBD is homeopathy.
And that's a scary word for some people.
It really is. But it's a natural solution. But what I've seen in this short period of time is that people are a lot more open-minded, because, they don't want those chemicals in their body. And, it's not working anymore. So they're open to a different solution.
Well,
And
and here's the other thing, Amanda. I mean, you can educate and educate and educate until your face is blue, but sometimes you just got to let your product do the talking for you,
right,
because there's going to be people out there. It's not going to be something that they're going to hear. It's going to be something that they experience. And when
right.
they get that result from a product, that's when they're going to believe it. It's talking to your face turns blue isn't gonna do it for some of them. So fortunately, we have products like yours and other people's that people can buy and go, oh wow. But here's the other thing: if you don't get the result from a specific product, contact the manufacturer, talk to them, discuss what's happening, and let them advise you on either a different product or a different way to use it, because it could be the combination of the cannabinoids. It could be anything.
100%. I agree. And it may not even be that manufacturer that you want to go to, and you might just want to try a totally different product.
Mm-hmm.
All have
Well, see, that's the thing, is that most manufacturers, if they're not really about their product, they're not going to help you anyway. And that's when go to a different person.
right. And you have to know that it has to do with your own personal chemical makeup, which
Mhm.
is at the end of the day, your endocannabinoid system and how your body is receiving CBD. So what works for you, Dawn, may not work for, your daughter or me.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Or my dog. So, or my
Right,
cat.
right. That's a whole nother subject, your dog, right?
Yeah, I've done a couple. I've done several about animals, and that's another thing, is that it's really very helpful for their coat, also. And for the pads of their feet. If there's a cut or something, or just to help moisturize the pads of your dog's feet. If they're out there running around and on the whatever they're running around on, treat your pets also. This
Right.
balm would be great for the pads of a dog's feet, when they come in.
Well, the moringa serum,
Yep.
I gave to a woman that did my hair. We traded. I'm like, hey, because she was telling me that this dog that she was living with, it was her roommate's dog, had this horrible eczema
Mm.
allergic. It was just horrible. I said, you know what? And this was early on. This was like 8 months ago. And I said, here you go. Try this. 3 days later, she sent me pictures
Yep.
of before and after. It was amazing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah. So
And
see your dogs on their coat, not only because again, people you associate it with it's their anxiety. And my dog's, either pain or anxiety. And
it's great for that too.
it's great for that too. But my, business and
Mhm.
it's really about their skin.
Yeah.
And it works for them too.
Yeah, and people need to realize that you don't have to buy a CBD product with a puppy face or a paw print on it to use it for a puppy. So CBD is CBD, and so this oil works for me and my dog and my cat and any other animal, mammal or invertebrate or whatever the heck it is the distinguishing factor. And so it really is for your whole family, whether they have fur or just skin. And I did want to mention, so one of the things that we all know that CBD is anti-inflammatory and antispasmodic, and it's great for this and great for that, but it's also antibacterial.
Correct.
And so that's why it works so well with acne, because I'm not a skin person, but I guess acne is caused by bacteria or something, or some forms of acne. And so it really, I noticed on my son's skin that occasionally, like where he'd get acne breakouts, it would get red. And since he's been using that, I haven't seen any like hot spots on his face at all. So
Well, we can talk about acne real quick.
Yeah, please.
So acne, you know, is treated usually with harsh chemicals like Accutane, which, you know, dries your skin out. So, you know, the younger kids, the teenagers, they don't want to moisturize. First of all, they don't know about moisturize, but they really think that moisturizing is going to exacerbate it. And it's the complete opposite. So yes, your skin is, you know, you want to dry it out, but you also need to moisturize while you're undergoing treatment, or drying it out, or using, you know, whatever cane, you know, benzocaine or whatever they're using these so salicylic acid, one of the you know, the biggest chemicals that they're putting on treatment for acne. So salicylic acid endorses moringa oil, which is moringa serum, and the reason is because moringa is a non-comedogenic oil. Oh, which means it's non-pore clogging.
Got it. See, so, that's the thing, is that maybe their moisturizers that they're using, it's just they're not using the right moisturizers.
Right.
You know,
but somebody gave it to them, recommended, or it smells good, or it feels good,
or it was on sale.
Whatever it was. That's right. Right. But they have to be very careful. And one of the big, you know, while we all love coconut oil, that lays on your skin is not good to put on your face when you have acne.
Oh, I did not know that. I did not know that. I'm actually allergic to coconut oil, so I stay away from it as much as possible. I mean, I can use it topically, but so like, okay, so the moringa oil, is this a moisturizer?
Yes.
Oh,
well, everything. It's so all encompassing. I mean, my son uses it as an aftershave.
Nice.
It's really good. Like, you know, if you have dry elbows, or, you know.
Oh yeah, I've been using it. Yeah.
Right. The heels of your feet, because it's your body absorbs it, and it's kind of like, it's just that natural moisturizer. The more you use it, the more it works. And that's CBD. So the more you use in their CBD, you know, and everything that I have. So the more you use it, the more it works.
But what a great thing to use it as an aftershave lotion.
Oh, it's wonderful, because, you know, your face gets a little inflamed or whatever. And it's so soothing, you know, and the lavender in it is also it's got lavender and frankincense, which are both, you know, very meditative, healing, you know, just that whole, you know, soothing, relaxing kind of vibe.
Yeah, that's beautiful. But yeah, I mean, it just really makes sense as an aftershave lotion with the scrapes and the dust and that. So
and to take it even further, this same son uses it in his hair.
Really?
So puts it on his face, and then he just, you know, runs it through his hair a little bit. And yeah, I have some other people that really like it for their hair. Again, another product that, you know, my intention was to replace the daytime nighttime moisturizer, but, you know, people are liking it for this and they like it for that, and it works. You know, I'm not going to argue with that.
That was, yeah. And
they can use it for whatever they want, as long as it's working for them.
Yeah. And thankfully they tell you.
Right. And that's why I'm sitting close right now. I mean, you know, I think everybody wants to ride the ride train here, you know, CBD train, and get on board. But you know, at the end of the day, it's about your service to the people.
It's about your ingredients.
Well, right. And
also
a product that works. And for me, you know, it's like it's firm to skin, basically. Firm to skin. And I'm going to stand behind that until I can't.
Oh, that's wonderful.
You know, yeah.
That is great. And yeah, because anybody can take a product and throw some CBD in it. That's not that's not the right way to do it. It's the way you choose your ingredients and marry them with the CBD is what makes a good product. Truly, anyone can take. I can take fingernail polish and throw some CBD in it, and say, "Oh, I've got CBD pink, fingernail polish." Big deal. That's not what the industry needs. The industry needs people who have a purpose for what they're doing and a passion for what they're doing, and it shows in their products. And so that's why we do what we do. So
That's right. That's why we do what we do. I love what you do. I love what you do, and I think you should keep doing it.
I think we as an industry, yeah. Let me guess, did your son just walk into the room?
No, my dog wants to go outside.
Because my son's been coming in and out from behind, and I just keep switching the view. So,
Oh, that's funny. No, I just have to walk and let the dog out.
there you go. All
I
right.
like the whole place.
Well, so if you had some parting words for the listeners, what do you want them to know about CBD?
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of it, and it's not going to get you high.
We cannot say that enough. We cannot say it enough, because every show's going to have someone that doesn't understand that.
Right. And just know that it does work, and to be patient. And, if it doesn't work right out of the gate, try it again. And it doesn't get you high.
And, communicate with the person that's making your product. You could actually call Amanda or email Amanda and say, "Hey, I was really hoping it would do this. What do you think?" And then, because it really is a relationship, and that's how the industry gets better, and that's how products get better, is by feedback. And so please do not ever be afraid to contact. Yeah. I mean, just call Amanda and say, "Hey, I need some help. What should I take?" That's really what a good producer does, is they take their customers by the hand, and they help them find what they need. So
100%.
definitely.
Amen on that. I am here. Yes, I am here for you. I am here for anybody. I will always pick up my phone.
And I will put the website and contact information in the show notes. What's the website again, Amanda?
Luna CBD for skin.com.
And that's FOR skin, not the number 4. It's FOR, right?
Yes.
Okay. I always get confused when I think it's the number 4 sometimes. Yeah, that's how my brain works.
I also have an Instagram.
What's your Instagram?
That's at Luna CBD for skin.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah, it's moving along. We want to spread the word, and I think that it's really about the millennials at this point.
Yeah, and they can do some good stuff with their skin and keep it nice and safe, and so that they don't have to worry about things like skin cancer and wrinkles and stuff like that 30, 40 years from now.
Right. Just like your son, you're educating him young, and, getting him, using that moringa. Let him keep using that.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely worked. So it's a good thing. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for joining us for episode 69. And Luna CBD for skin.com. I'll put the link in the notes as well, and Amanda's contact information. So I'm thinking, guys, go get some stuff from her website for Valentine's Day. Don't tell her. Just put it in a little pink package. She'll love it. You'll be a hero. It's all good. And then you can use some for yourself as well for your, aftershave. So, all right. Well, thanks so much. And everybody, stay happy and stay healthy until next time.
Stay happy and healthy. Thank you.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.